In the vast and varied tapestry of human society, there exists a distinct and often misunderstood archetype, the man who moves to the rhythm of a different drum. He is not the boisterous alpha, demanding center stage, nor is he the passive beta, content to follow the established path. He is a Sigma male, a figure defined by his quiet autonomy, a profound internal world, and a mode of operation that often baffles those who only understand the language of social hierarchies and overt expression. This individual is frequently mislabeled as aloof, distant, or enigmatic until one finally perceives a powerful, self-directed engine that drives him. He operates from a place of deep, personal sovereignty, a fortress of the self that is built not for isolation, but for clarity. Welcome to a dedicated exploration of this unique space, a space crafted not for the men who lead the pack, but for those who walk their own path parallel to it. It is for the men who have never quite fit the standard molds, who found conventional scripts of masculinity and success to be ill-fitting garments. Yet, within this perceived incongruity lies a formidable strength, a quiet, unwavering power that is entirely self-generated and therefore impossible to replicate or counterfeit. This is not a power wielded over others, but a power exercised over one's own life, mind, and destiny. Today, we delve beyond the superficial labels to uncover the 11 strange habits that are commonly shared among Sigma males. These are not the flamboyant traits of a charismatic leader, but the subtle, often overlooked behaviors that reveal a sophisticated and deeply intentional inner operating system. Habit 1. The inner counsel, solitary dialogue as a tool for crystalline decision-making. There is a behavior, often witnessed in solitude, that can appear peculiar to the outside observer, the Sigma male engaging in a quiet, deliberate conversation with himself when faced with a decision. The common assumption is that a person who talks to himself is uncertain, conflicted, or even mentally unstable. For the Sigma male, however, this practice represents the exact opposite. It is not an indicator of self-doubt, but a ritual of confirmation. He is not seeking answers from an external source. He is cross-referencing his thought with the only counsel he trusts without reservation, the quiet, unwavering voice of his own intuition and reason. This internal dialogue is neither a frantic rant nor a disorganized ramble. It is a structured, conscious process of thinking aloud in its most honest and unfiltered form. In this private chamber of the mind, there is no performance, no need to manage impressions, and no fear of judgment. It is a sanctuary of pure clarity. He meticulously lays out the situation like a strategist surveying a map, the known variables, the potential outcomes, the motivations of other actors involved, and the various paths that branch into the future. He then listens, with focused attention, to the part of himself that possesses an unerring connection to his core values, the part that never lies, even when the truth it reveals is uncomfortable or demanding. The world outside is a cacophony of unsolicited opinions, well-intentioned but often misguided advice, and instructions born from other people's desires and blind spots. The Sigma male has learned, through experience, that these external voices are frequently colored by hidden agendas, unexamined biases, and emotional projections. His own inner voice, in contrast, is pristine. It tells him what is real, what is right for him, and what aligns with his long-term vision. This habit of self-consultation often gives him a distant, preoccupied appearance, as if he is lost in thought. In reality, he is anything but lost. He is actively sharpening his direction, honing his intent with the precision of a master craftsman. Habit 2. The unspoken lexicon, decoding truth through prolonged eye contact. There is an intensity, both unsettling and unforgettable, in the way a Sigma male holds another person's gaze. Where most individuals use eye contact as a fleeting social courtesy, a brief meeting of the eyes to signal attentiveness, the Sigma male extends it. He holds a gaze for a second too long. This is not an attempt to intimidate, to dominate, or to seek attention. It is a function of his unique mode of listening. He listens with his eyes more intently than he does with his ears. He has come to understand a fundamental truth of human interaction. The mouth is an instrument capable of immense deception. Word can be carefully rehearsed, emotional tones can be artificially modulated, and life stories can be edited and shaped to present a sanitized, acceptable version of reality. The eyes, however, have never fully mastered the art of deception. They are windows to the unvarnished truth, often revealing emotions and intentions the individual never planned to disclose. That extra second of sustained eye contact is, For him, a critical data-gathering moment. In that sliver of time, he absorbed a wealth of information that others miss entirely. He detects the minute flicker of doubt that shadows a statement of certainty. He catches the brief, unguarded spark of genuine excitement that someone is trying to downplay. He notices the subtle tension that tightens the skin around the eyes, betraying a forced smile. He reads a deep-seated weariness that a person is valiantly pretending not to feel. He observes the almost imperceptible shift in energy when someone begins telling him what they think he wants to hear, rather than what they truly believe. This single, prolonged second provides him with a clearer understanding of a person's authentic state than weeks of superficial conversation might yield. This habit frequently has a profound effect on others. Some individuals feel uniquely seen and understood, as if he can comprehend their inner world without the need for lengthy explanations. Others, however, feel a sense of unease and exposure, instinctively sensing that he is perceiving more than they intended to reveal. Regardless of the reaction, this quiet, observant practice grants him a significant advantage in navigating social landscapes. It acts as an intuitive filter, helping him discern who is worthy of his trust, who should be approached with caution, and who does not merit an investment of his precious time and energy. Habit 3. The architecture of freedom, a strategic preference for exits and open space. A consistent and revealing pattern emerges in the behavior of every Sigma male if one knows where to look. He possesses an innate, almost subconscious drive to position himself in any environment in a way that guarantees an easy and unobtrusive exit. Whether he is in a lecture hall, a social gathering, a corporate meeting, or a casual dinner, you will rarely find him wedged into the center of crowd. While others gravitate toward the bustling core of the room, he naturally drifts toward the periphery, the open spaces, the quiet corners, the seats closest to the doors or windows. This is not a behavior rooted in fear, social anxiety, or dislike for people. It is a sophisticated form of freedom management. For the Sigma male, personal freedom is not a luxury. It is as essential as oxygen. He possesses profound psychological and emotional aversion to the sensation of being trapped. This extends beyond physical confinement to include mental and emotional entrapment, being stuck in a conversation that is intellectually barren, an environment that is emotionally draining, or a situation that feels fake or coercive. He needs to know, on a fundamental level, that if the energy of a place shifts negatively, if the conversation becomes trivial or toxic, or the atmosphere grows heavy with pretense, he can stand up and gracefully withdraw without causing a disruption or needing to offer lengthy explanations. This is not about fleeing from people. It is about proactively protecting his inner peace and cognitive resources. He has learned, through past experience, that remaining in an energetically costly environment, even for a brief period beyond his tolerance, can deplete his mental and emotional reserves for hours or even days afterward. Most people enter a room with a default assumption that they will remain until a socially recognized endpoint, such as the event's formal conclusion. A Sigma male enters a room and immediately, almost imperceptibly, begins to analyze its topography. His mind, while his face remains calm and neutral, is actively mapping the space, identifying the primary and secondary exits, noting the flow of human traffic, and assessing potential bottlenecks. He is not being paranoid. He is ensuring he has options. He is safeguarding his autonomy. Habit 4. The mental crucible, rehearsing conversations as a method of self-definition. Within the rich, complex inner world of the Sigma male's mind, there exists a private practice that often remains entirely hidden. The act of rehearsing conversations that have not yet happened, and in many cases, will never happen. To an outside perspective, this might seem like a symptom of anxiety or social insecurity, an over-preparation born from a lack of confidence. Nothing could be further from the truth. For the Sigma male, this is a deliberate and highly effective cognitive exercise. He is not practicing because he is scared. He is preparing to ensure that every possible version of himself that he presents to the world remains steadfastly true to his internal code of conduct. When he mentally runs through a potential dialogue, he is not fantasizing about dramatic confrontations or witty comebacks. He is engaging in a sophisticated exploration of possibilities. He is stress-testing his own responses. He is probing how he would articulate his thoughts in various scenarios, determining the precise level of honesty he wishes to employ, gauging the calm he would need to maintain under pressure, and ultimately, identifying which expression of his personality feels the most authentic and aligned. He examines a situation from every conceivable angle to ensure that his eventual response is a product of his core values and not a reactive, emotionally charged outburst dictated by the heat of the moment. This is a key differentiator. Most people tend to react first and reflect upon their words and actions later, often with regret. The Sigma male, by contrast, reflects exhaustively first, so that he can respond with clarity, purpose, and precision when the time comes. He conducts these internal dialogues because he fundamentally refuses to allow transient emotions or external social pressures to speak for him. He demands that his words originate from a place that is controlled, steady, and perfectly congruent with who he is at his core, not who others expect or want him to be. Habit 5. The art of mental egress, disengaging before the physical departure. One of the most subtle yet defining habits of the Sigma male is his ability to walk away from an interaction mentally and emotionally long before he makes a physical departure. To the outside world, the scene appears entirely normal. A conversation is taking place, words are being exchanged, and social niceties are being observed. But beneath the surface, a quiet disengagement has already occurred. By the time the Sigma male offers a concluding remark or polite farewell, his conscious attention is already decoupled from the immediate situation. He remained present enough to be courteous and to handle the requisite social mechanics, but the core of his mental focus has already been reallocated to the matters that hold genuine significance to him. This should not be mistaken for rudeness, arrogance, or a lack of interest. It is, rather, a highly refined form of self-preservation. The Sigma male processes his environment with an intensity that is both a gift and a burden. He is constantly absorbing subtle cues, decoding unspoken intentions, and analyzing the hidden patterns that underlie human behavior. This high-resolution perception demands a considerable amount of mental and emotional energy. Once he has extracted the essential information or fulfilled the social requirement of an interaction, his cognitive system instinctively begins to withdraw to conserve its resources and protect its focus from being diluted by trivialities. Habit 6. The precognitive instinct, sensing danger in the unseen currents. There is an aspect of the Sigma male's perception that can seem almost preternatural, his uncanny ability to sense danger, discord, or deceit long before any tangible evidence presents itself. This is not a dramatic, cinematic clairvoyance, but a quiet, deeply integrated instinct that operates just below the threshold of conscious thought. He can enter a situation that appears, on its surface, to be perfectly normal and benign, yet his entire being, his intuition, his senses, his knowledge of human patterns, will pick up on a slight dissonance in the energy, a minute alteration in someone's typical behavior, or a tiny, almost invisible crack in the social facade. While others dismiss these subtle signals as imagination or paranoia, the Sigma male has learned to trust them implicitly. This refined instinct is a direct product of his lifelong role as a passive observer of the human condition. He studies the rhythms, scripts, and patterns of social life without any conscious effort. He understands the normal cadence of interactions. When something, anything, deviates from this established rhythm, even in the most insignificant way, his cognitive alarm system is triggered instantly. He notices when a person's words and body language are misaligned, even if the conversation is friendly. He senses when someone is harboring an ulterior motive they have not voiced. He can feel the build-up of tension in a room long before the first raised voice or overt conflict. This is not magic. It is awareness that has been sharpened to a razor's edge through years of watching, listening, and learning to trust the data that others filter out as irrelevant. A Sigma male often does not require concrete proof to know that something is amiss. He feels the truth in the atmosphere before the truth manifests in observable events. And because he is not given to loud proclamations or public warnings, people often mistake his quiet caution for overthinking or excessive suspicion. It is only later, when events unfold exactly as his intuition had suggested, that others look back in hindsight and wonder how he could have possibly known. Habit 7. The economy of energy. Why group socialization is inherently draining. A common and frequently misunderstood characteristic of the Sigma male is his demeanor in group settings. He often appears calm to the point of detachment, quiet, and somewhat distant. This is not a reflection of shyness, snobbery, or a lack of social skill. The root cause is far more fundamental. His cognitive and emotional energy operates on a different economy. He feels genuinely drained when compelled to socialize in groups, even when the gathering is ostensibly pleasant and the conversation is light. His mind is exceptionally sharp and perceptive, but it functions at its optimal capacity in conditions of relative solitude and minimal external stimulation. Crowded, noisy environments present a significant challenge to his mental processing. In a group, he is subjected to a constant, overwhelming flood of sensory and social input, multiple simultaneous conversations, a kaleidoscope of body language, hidden social hierarchies, unspoken intentions, and fragmented emotional exchanges. His mind, which is wired to analyze and process information deeply, attempts to take it all in, to decode the complex web of interactions. This effort to process this high volume of multi-layered data in real time exacts a heavy toll on his mental energy reserves. What appears to others as calm detachment is often the visible symptom of an internal system being stretched beyond its efficient operating parameters. He is not being rude or antisocial. He is engaging in a necessary defense of his mental clarity. This is the underlying reason why he will naturally drift toward the edges of a room, seek out a quiet balcony or corridor, or make a discreet early exit when the social pressure becomes too intense. For him, solitude is not emptiness. It is a fertile ground for regeneration. It is in quiet and isolation that he can think with unimpeded clarity, reflect on his experiences, process complex ideas, and replenish his depleted energy. He can observe the world from a distance, plan his next moves with precision, and reconnect with his own thoughts without the constant interference of the social world. Habitate, the laughter of insight, humor born from unconceptual connections. There is a magnetic yet puzzling quality to the way a Sigma male expresses amusement. He is often observed laughing at moments that seem inappropriate, during a serious discussion, in response to a comment that did not appear humorous, or at a tangent that no one else can see. The common assumption is that he is being insensitive, detached, or simply odd. The reality, however, is far more fascinating. His laughter is the external expression of a mind that makes rapid, unexpected, and deeply intelligent connections, often long before anyone else in the room has noticed the underlying irony or absurdity. His sense of humor is not designed for mass consumption. It is not a performance aimed at entertaining a crowd. It is a direct reflection of his unique cognitive process, a process that is constantly identifying patterns, contrasts, and logical incongruities that remain invisible to others. A seemingly mundane comment might instantly connect in his mind to a profound philosophical idea, a hidden truth about human nature, or a hilarious paradox in someone's behavior. This sudden, internal cognitive leap, this aha moment of perceived connection, is what triggers his laughter, even if the source of his insight is completely unrelated to the overt context of the situation. To him, this is a moment of private clarity and intellectual discovery. It is an authentic expression of his personal interpretation of reality, not a social signal meant to foster group cohesion. This is precisely why his humor is so frequently misunderstood. Those around him are not privy to the intricate internal logic that sparked his reaction. They only see the outcome, a chuckle, a smirk, or a full laugh that seems to emerge from nowhere. For the Sigma male, however, it is a completely natural and organic response. It is how his mind navigates and makes sense of the world, transforming mundane observations into private moments of intellectual delight. Habit 9. The silent ascent, forgetting to share wins in pursuit of the next horizon. The manner in which a Sigma male handles success and achievement is a study in quiet power. He frequently forgets to share his victories with the wider world. This is not a performative act of humility, nor is it a result of him not valuing his accomplishments. Rather, it stems from a forward momentum mindset that is already focused on the next challenge, the next goal, the next level of personal development. While others may feel compelled to announce their achievements on social media, celebrate with parties, or seek validation through public recognition, the Sigma male operates in a realm of silence. His accomplishments are not trophies to be displayed on the mantelpiece of social opinion. They are stepping stones, internal markers of progress that confirm he is evolving, overcoming, and sharpening his capabilities for the endeavors that lie ahead. For the Sigma male, the moment of success is remarkably transient. He acknowledges it internally, understands the skill or perseverance it represents, and then, almost immediately, pivots his attention and energy toward the next objective. Public recognition feels largely irrelevant because his metrics for success are internally defined and calibrated. He is not competing with others. He is in a constant state of dialogue with his own potential. The true satisfaction is derived from the quiet knowledge that he solved a complex problem, reached a personal milestone, or overcame a significant internal or external hurdle. That internal acknowledgement is sufficient. This habit can often make him appear mysterious or even unambitious to those who judge drive by its volume. Outsiders see a man who seems to pass by significant victories without pausing for celebration, unaware that he is already mentally and emotionally invested in the next phase of his journey. He has learned that complacency is the enemy of growth, and that lingering too long on any single achievement can dissipate the hard-won momentum required for continuous progress. To him, life is a perpetual ascent, a series of steps and plateaus, each one to be understood and mastered before moving purposefully to the next. Habit 10. The strategic withdrawal, disappearing to recharge in the absence of crisis. There is a behavior that consistently perplexes those in the orbit of a Sigma male, his tendency to vanish. One day he is present, engaged, and fully involved. The next, he is seemingly withdrawn from communication and social interaction without any apparent reason. There is no preceding argument, no visible offense, no dramatic crisis. The common assumption is that he is upset, offended, or dealing with a secret problem. The truth, however, is far more straightforward and psychologically healthy. He disappears to recharge, even when nothing is wrong. He is not escaping from anyone. He is recuperating from the accumulated noise of the world itself. A Sigma male navigates life with a perceptual apparatus that is constantly active. He is perpetually processing a stream of subtle details, energetic shifts, unspoken social tensions, unvoiced expectations, and the emotional undercurrents of the people around him. Even on a good day, this high level of ambient processing and empathy drains his psychological batteries in ways that are imperceptible to most. He does not wait until he is on the verge of burnout or embroiled in a crisis to take a break. He possesses a proactive understanding of his own limits, and he honors them with disciplined consistency. His disappearance is not a sign of fragility. It is a hallmark of mature self-awareness and self-respect. During these periods of withdrawal, he is not necessarily brooding or overanalyzing his problems. More often, he is doing the opposite. He is clearing the static of the world from his mind. He is allowing his internal systems to return to their natural baseline rhythm. He is checking in with himself, much like one would check the charge level of a sophisticated device. He knows he operates at his peak capacity when his mind is uncluttered and his spirit is calm. Therefore, he grants himself the necessary space to breathe, think, and exist without any external pressures or demands. Habit 11. The observer's advantage, studying the room before becoming part of its narrative. There is a palpable, calm authority in the way a Sigma male enters a new environment. While most people cross a threshold and immediately become preoccupied with the impression they are making, wondering who is looking at them, how they are being perceived, and how they can assert their presence, he inverts this process entirely. He studies the room before he allows the room to study him. He reads the atmosphere, analyzes the social dynamics, and listens to the silent narrative of the space. He pays conscious attention to everything that everyone else is ignoring. A Sigma male does not enter a room with the primary goal of being seen. He enters with the goal of understanding. He seeks to comprehend what is truly happening beneath the surface-level chatter and activity. He notices where the authentic, meaningful interactions are occurring, not the loud, attention-grabbing ones, but the quiet exchanges conveyed through body language, genuine laughter, and comfortable silences. He observes the small groups, discerning which clusters of people share real rapport and which are merely performing camaraderie. He detects the subtle signs of anxiety, the posture of pretended confidence, the presence of other observers like himself, and the individuals who are straining to become the center of attention. Before he utters a single word, he has already developed a comprehensive understanding of the space's energetic signature. This practice affords him a form of control that is exercised without a single command or gesture. He is preparing his mind. He is making strategic decisions about where to position himself, who he might engage with, who he should avoid, and precisely how much of his authentic self he wishes to reveal in this specific context. He calibrates his presence based on the emotional and social temperature of the room. If the environment feels open, genuine, and positive, he may allow his guard to lower. If it feels hostile, false, or draining, he will maintain a contained, observant, and somewhat mysterious demeanor. Conclusion: the quiet power of a life lived on your own terms. To be different is not a weakness or a flaw in your social design. It is compelling evidence that you perceive the world with a clarity that cuts through the superficial layers of convention and conformity. If you have journeyed through this exploration and recognize yourself in these habits, you have already undertaken the most important validation process, the internal one. Sigma males do not traverse the same social, emotional, and intellectual pathways as the majority. The 11 habits we have meticulously examined are not accidental quirks, social mistakes, or pathologies to be corrected. They are the external signals of a mind and a spirit that consciously refuse to follow the well-trodden path of the crowd. They are the manifestations of a heart that prizes genuine freedom over the cheap currency of external approval, and of an intelligence that chooses to observe, absorb, and understand far more than it feels a need to proclaim. You notice the patterns that others are too busy or too distracted to see. You feel the subtle emotional currents that others rush past. You protect your energy with the vigilance of a guardian because you understand its value, all while moving through life with a silent, self-generated power that the majority will likely never comprehend. Being a Sigma male does not equate to being antisocial, cold, or disconnected from humanity. It means you are profoundly intentional. It means you measure your words before you release them into the world. You value your time too highly to give it away indiscriminately, and you consider the weight of your presence before you choose to reveal it. It means you have undertaken the most important relationship you will ever have, the one with your own mind, and you understand its landscape better than anyone else ever could. These habits, which may seem strange or puzzling to the outside world, are in fact your most reliable tools, your most effective defenses, and your unique superpowers. They are the mechanisms that allow you to remain unwaveringly true to your authentic self while navigating a world that is saturated with noise, burdened by expectations, and teeming with distractions. If you see your reflection in these patterns, do not shy away from them. Embrace them. They are proof that your difference is purposeful. You are not chasing the fleeting spotlight of attention. You are building an unshakable foundation of depth. You are not following the transient trends of the crowd. You are charting your own course with a quiet, unwavering confidence. Do these ideas resonate with you? If you found yourself nodding along or reflecting deeply on the traits and experiences we explored in this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. The Sigma male mindset isn't often talked about openly, and your perspective, whether you identify with it personally or have encountered it in others, adds valuable depth to the conversation. Drop a comment below and let me know. Which part hit home the most for you? Have you seen these traits in yourself or someone you know? Your insights help build a community where authenticity and growth are prioritized over popularity and performance. If you're drawn to this kind of introspective, no-nonsense content around Sigma males, psychological strength, emotional intelligence, and high-value living, there's more waiting for you. Explore the other videos on this channel for deeper dives, actionable insights, and raw truths that cut through the noise. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay grounded, and stay unapologetically real. Until next time.